Hello, hi everyone. We continue our new chapter in this course, measurements in management and scaling technique. Our learning outcome for this chapter is to understand the four basic measurement techniques in business research. Can learn different measurement scale under comparative and non-comparative scaling technique. Then select the correct measurement scale for different type of statement in the questionnaire, and then undertake the number of practical decision into account while developing the skill for question. Yeah. That is one of the very important thing when we develop any instrument. We have to make sure that the stability, consistency, and reliability of that instrument must be tested to make sure that our research is valid. Okay, test the measurement instrument for content validity, phase validity, construct validity, and criterion validity. So it is quite common and quite similar with uh, traditional or okay, what we call as a research. So business organization exists within an environment that is full uncertainties. This is the reality of the business. So I believe that some of you quite very understand the reality of the business because we know that we have to very dynamics to make sure that we are still reliable. And then so there are no magic rules. That means there's only one rule that can you can adapt with environment. Okay? Then measurement is fundamental to business decision making to achieve a business goals. Okay, so measurements consist of two basic processes called conceptualization and operationalization. Okay? That means what and how. This is for basic measurement of scale. Okay, as we mentioned earlier in our learning objective: nominal, ordinal, interval, and ratio. So this is a nominal scale explanation. That means consists of categorizing into groups. That means it is used to indicate categories like so what you can see here. Okay, this is an example of nominal scale. So it has no numerical significance. So this is the example, very good example. That means male is not represented by number one, but just only code, just only code. So it is no numerical significance between male and number one, okay, or female or number two, okay. So it does not represent any order or distance, okay. Just only categorizing into a group by number here. And then for ordinal, that's the main characteristic of ordinal scale is that the categories have a logical or ordered relationship to each other. Okay, so what you can see here, the ranking for okay, um, popularity, brand image. That's number one, most important one. Okay, and then the second, current trend. Okay, this one for example of interval scale. and ratio scale, that means possesses all the properties of nominal, ordinal, and interval scale, and in addition an absolute 0 point. Okay, for example, if you want to ask about uh, age, so that's open question about your age, not between 1 to 10, 10 to 11 to 20. Okay, so you just ask open question, that means the respondent will give absolute number. And then for advanced measurement techniques, we can classify into two categories: comparative scale and non-comparative scale. Okay. For comparative scale, you can see pair, comparison, rank, order, constants, okay, sum, Q, short. And then a non-comparative scale, I mean continuous rating and atomized rating. So itemized rating, okay, you can see one of the very popular in quantitative research method. We will use Likert scale, and then semantic differential and Staples. So this is okay, same like this figure before. Okay, pair, comparison scale, rank scale, constant sum scale, and Q sort scale. Okay. So the advantage for comparison scale, here you can see the point of some special techniques such as multi-dimensional scaling require the data to be collected based on pair comparison. Disadvantage for a pair comparison scale. Okay, because of the data to be collected based on the pair comparison. Disadvantage in data obtained is ordinal, not ratio, not absolute. So if the number of is the number of object and is large, so there is a high risk of ill considered answer of refusal to answer. That means it's over that range you offer for respondent to give. So the consequences for that, maybe our respondent refuse to answer that question. So this difference among basic measurement scale. Okay, for example, nominal, ordinal, interval, and ratio. Okay. Okay. So ring order presented with several objects simultaneously and asked to order or rank them according to some criterion. Okay. This rank order. So quite similar with this one. So I can see this. Okay, this ranking. Give the rank order. Okay. So if you can see this example, maybe we can ask, okay, or try to get a data about the ranks, or based on the popularity, or based on the brand's image. Constant sum scaling, that means allocate a constant sum of unit. It's a cumulative one. Sum of or sum among a set of stimulus object with respect to some criterion. Okay, this one. Okay, so the sum is 100. That's a constant sum scaling. And then this Q sort scale. It uses a rank order procedure. and the object are sorted into pile based on similarity with respect to some criteria. Okay, so key sort technique is an attempt to classify subject in terms of their similarity to attribute under study. Okay, this based on in terms of their similarity here. Okay. This example for continuous rating scale. So, for example, how would you rate a Colgate as your daily use of toothpaste? It's a continuous rating scale. Okay. This itemized rating scale, quite popular for a questionnaire instrument. When you request for, or when a respondent required to picks from, okay, 1 to 5, okay, or 1 to 7. Some of questionnaire they will put up to 1 to 7 option. Okay, from first, strongly disagree until strongly agree. This optimize rating skill as well. Okay, quite similar, right? So just only we don't use number here. It's semantics, a differential scale, right? And Staple scale, okay, developed by Jan Staple. It is useful for researcher to understand the positive and negative intensity, okay, of attribute of a respondent. Okay. So it has a distinctive feature, like each item has only one word, phrase or phrase indicating the dimension it represents. And then each item has 10 response categories. Each item has an even number of categories, and the response categories have numerical label but no verbal labels. Okay, this is an example for Staple. So you can get more example in the textbooks, measuring the attitude of flights, okay, of flight passengers, okay, between this friendly cabin crew, comfortable, inferior, accurate timing. So one a few of a point that we have to make sure that is our, okay, measurement is practical. We have to consider about the number of scale categories, the number of items to measure concept, and then odd or even number of categories. So that's why for new researcher we strongly suggest for us to adapt or to use previous well-established questionnaire, for example, or well-established interview question, because from there you can adapt, you can try to adjust with the objective of your research. Okay, and we will okay, from that's adapt instrument, adapt that instrument, you can avoid to make a big mistake in validity, reliability of your instrument. And then number of scale categories, maybe you can have up to maybe 10-point scale. If we, for example, if okay, you can see the example of this one, Staple 5. So maybe you can have at up to 10-point scale. And the larger the number of categories, the greater the precision of the measurement scale. That means that, okay, you can have a more precise measurement scale. And then the desire for a higher level of precision must be reasonably balanced with the demand placed on the respondent. Okay. So concept measured using scale with multiple item known as multi-item scales. So multi-item scale consists of a number of closely related items whose responses are combined into composite score. Okay. So in the general guide here, statement must be closely related or represent only a single construct. Okay. It's also very important for us to make sure that uh, our item or instrument can be more reliable, because we are very objective, and that item can measure what we are looking to measure. Okay, and must completely represent the construct. Must completely represent the construct. Okay, so minimum of three items is a must to achieve acceptable reliability. So one for at least you must have three items for measure, maybe one's objective or one construct. Okay, you can see this odd or even a number of categories. It's a first choice. First, there are no neither agree or no disagree. Okay, this is odd. Okay, even. Okay, balance or unbalanced, let's scale label. Okay, it's more balanced. Okay. Okay, this unbalanced. So you can get that a very I think it's a lot of example when you search for past research or past thesis and dissertation, especially for research or thesis that's used this kind of instrument. So the characteristic of good measurement. Okay, so sound measurement must meet the test of validity, reliability, and practicality. Okay, so this is a very important process, especially you must develop your research methods chapter in chapter 3. Normally we will put that's in chapter 3. Okay, we must explain you must explain clearly about the process of validity, reliability, and practicality. Okay, you can test that validity based on this method. Okay, I mean construct validity, content validity, phase validity, and criterion validity. Okay, so what is a construct validity? Does the test measure the concept that it's intended to measure? That's construct validity. Content validity is the test fully representative of what it's aimed to measure. That's a content validity. Okay. Phase validity, I mean, does the content of the test appear to be suitable to the aim? And then criterion validity, do the result accurately measure the concrete outcome they are designed to measure? And then a reliability. Okay, test of reliability. Okay. Okay, stability in terms of a stability measure, test, retest, reliability, and then parallel from reliability. And then internal consistency of measure. That means there are no outlier for our data. So inter item consistency, reliability, and then half split half reliability. So we don't have to worry about the term of this reliability measure. What we have to uh, what we call as give your attention in terms of the stability, and then in terms of the consistency. That means if you ask, for example, okay, uh, is there in I am very satisfied with for example, if you ask about the leadership, so you ask for a respondent to give response, from 1 to 5, for example. Yeah. So the item that you ask for respondent, for example, you put there, I am very satisfied, or I'm very happy with my leader. I'm very happy with my leader. Okay, so one from 1 to 5, from strongly disagree to strongly agree. Okay, from 10's answer, you can see uh, maybe up to 9, 9 people will tick, strongly agree, for example, or just agree in number 4. So just only one, maybe in sudden you can see they will put strongly disagree. So that mean, okay, your item is quite reliable, in term of consistency. So the measuring instrument ought to be economical, convenient, and interpretable. Okay, the measuring instrument, we have to consider in terms of the economic, convenient, and interpretable. Okay, so that's why in any project paper or any research, we have to consider our plan, or we have to develop our Gantt chart to make sure that we will achieve our objective according to uh, um, economic, in terms of our budget. We want to share here about the idea of budget. Okay, in terms of our capability of the finance. Convenient, that means we know that's time given for to finish up that's research is enough for us to collect a data, and then process, analyze the data, and interpret that's the data. Okay, some trade-off is needed between ideal research project and that which the budget can afford. Then the measuring instrument, in order to be interpretable, must be supplemented by a detailed instruction for administrating the test, scoring keys, evidence about the reliability, and guide for using the test and for interpreting the result. Okay, so that's some idea about this. Okay, measurement in management and scaling technique. Okay, so that's all for chapter 7.